Greetings, comrades. I am Admiral Andre. Welcome back to your daily Kerbal dose. This is episode 10, can you believe it, of our career series / campaign. So it's Friday, thank goodness, eh? Anyway, it's about time for the weekend. It's now Friday afternoon, about 4 p.m. here, just about after 4. So now is a great time to start a new episode. So yes, no new mods this time, I'm happy to say, comrades. We'll just leave it like this for now until the update comes around, whenever that will be. But yes, I think we can start today by just having a look at our master plan again, so I will see you there. Greetings, comrades. Welcome back to our master plan, such as it is. So what's the next objective? Well, I think we have to go back to Kerbal in orbit. We've been away from that for a while, so I think that's our next objective. We'll go back to our original capsule again and do this joint Kerbal launch within 5 kilometers. This will be our first rendezvous. I'm not sure if we actually are supposed to get a world firsts contract for that. I think there is one like that, but it only comes after the moon. But we'll do that now, because otherwise we have to start with the lunar or /mooner orbiter. Should we do that? No, I want to go back to the capsule, so we'll do a rendezvous. We'll get money for that anyway. Then I think the second mission will be... now wait, just before we go to that. So this will be simply a rendezvous and no more than level 1. So level 1 is 6 to 36 hours. I think we'll keep it short, because during a rendezvous the craft will drift apart from each other anyway. So, okay, that's one thing. The other thing I think will be a Zond 5 type of lunar bioscience flyby of Minmus. So that's a good schedule for today. Right, back to KSP. So here we are again, comrades. Let's just go to the contracts. Oh yes, there was a request that I save Simon from orbit, so I will do that. So now I need to decide how I'm going to pronounce this name. Simone, let's say like that. It sounds like Nina Simone in a way, perhaps, when I love Nina Simone. So there we go. Save Simone Kerman. And how Simone got into orbit, I don't know, but let's not ask questions, right? So, first of all, we'll just leave Simone there. I hope the snacks mod is not going to cause a problem, because, well, it doesn't say there's a vessel in orbit right now. It shouldn't apply to the crew that we have to rescue until they are within range, so within 2 kilometers, hopefully. Right, now I think the first thing is, let's just go to Gladius again. We shall leave everything like it is, I think, just because this is the way we've been doing it. There's just a change I have to make up there. So back to the boat tail, of course. Also, we'll be leaving Restock for now. It's purely a cosmetic mod, so if there is ever a problem, I delete it. Nothing will change. Our craft will look exactly the same. Structurally and in terms of parts. So there's a problem though. Let's just fix this. Now there. So one thing it does give a new cosmetic appearance for is heat shields, and they certainly look better now. They have more of a teardrop shape than before. So that is a good thing. I think we can also make it different colors. So making it black is good for the original kind of Mercury recreations. That looks more like the real thing. Although I'm not strictly going for recreations in this series. This is not going to be making huge episodal recreations. I think we'll do that in a live stream kind of setting. I like that idea. So anyway, we'll leave the inline reaction wheel here. It's totally unnecessary for this, but we actually do have reaction, or not reaction, RCS, which is also reaction control system anyway. Do we have enough fuel? But we do carry that. Intriguing possibilities, but now I have no other part that can sit up here and look like this. Unless I take this and clip it in. Nah, we'll just leave it like this. We don't really need the RCS system on this craft. Right, now we just do that. And again, another amazing thing that the Restock mod does is this. Now, we spoke about this before in a previous episode. Here, of course, we have a decoupler, and we have two ways of attaching it. Now, if you use this kind of way, the normal stock graphics will create this kind of thick covering around the heat shield. In this case, it's in line. Isn't that so much better, comrades? We don't even need to worry about that anymore. Well, life does have its little luxuries, eh? Right, so this will be Gladius 4, and now, of course, I don't think we need to make any other changes. Perhaps I could put a parachute on the upper stage, although I think it's not... It might survive, maybe. It's a tough thing. I guess we can try it, because obviously it's coming from orbit with us, so it might burn up, or at least part of it might burn up, but we can still try. So let's do that. Single symmetry this time, please, and then do the normal thing. Although in a case like this it's not necessary because it is coming from orbit. Now there we go. And that's fine. I think maybe I can move it down a little. Right, now to the names again. Oops, check your staging. That's what Scott Manley taught us all, so that's better. Now, to the names. Right, back again, comrades. Gladius 4 will be called the Magoo. There you go, comrade. This will be your craft. So, who shall be occupying it? Now, I have to think, because we have sent both Chad and Valentina to orbit before, so they have a star each. This has to be Jeb. So the Magoo, you get Jeb as your astronaut or Kerbonaut, which is not a bad thing at all. Hopefully it will go well. So I think that's it. We don't need to do anything, but I can be a little smart and remove the monopropellant this time. And there we see the snacks for the first time. I was wondering as well, if somebody knows, it would be great to tell me, please. I've heard in the comments previously that the snacks mod, and I've read this as well, I did look it up, is compatible with the base construction mod, but is it also compatible with the Stalker-like space stations mod? I'm not sure. It should be. As long as it has a kind of habitation module, then it should show up here. We can experiment, but if someone knows, please tell me, because I couldn't find it on the mod page, so I don't know if it will be compatible. Right, I think that's enough yapping. Let's launch this thing, save it, and go to the desert as we always do. Which will complicate our rendezvous a little bit, but I think we can still pull it off. Let's try anyway. Right, today I'm gonna shock you, comrades. It's not coffee and it's not tea, it's water. You know, this bottle, this is a glass water bottle. I got this when I left my previous job. And my favorite thing about it is when I open it, I spin the top. And I just enjoy that. But anyway, I guess life does have its little pleasures. Right, the lights just went off, so I guess it's sunrise. And it is, again, interesting. Interesting timing here. Right, Jeb, are you ready? You do have your old suit on, I believe. And I like that we have this black tank on the top here. It makes it look interesting. Let me just see. There's no EVAs at the moment still. Okay, it's tough to see, but he does have his old style suit on. And yes, we can just launch. I'll talk a little while we do that. 3, 2, 1. Good luck, comrade. And he is away. So yes, now I have to, well, this mission is the easy one. It's the next one that will be a bit of a challenge, because I have to meet up with this craft now. So yes, comrades, this is now completely irrelevant to our gameplay, but I was just curious, are you also plagued by certain ads on YouTube videos sometimes? Not mine, because I obviously don't allow video ads on my videos, but lately anything I've been watching, I get two types of video. I say videos, but it's ads anyway. The one is for a kind of mobile game, something to do with good grief, now I've forgotten the name. Oh, good grief. Blank. What's that famous series that just ended a while ago? Anyway, it'll come to me. Strange. Obviously, I have lots of things in my mind right now. Mainly getting this craft to orbit, but anyway, I'm blank. And the other one is a Ford commercial. For some reason, I guess Google thinks I'm in the market for a car, but I'm not really. Anyway. So yes. I don't think I'll allow ads on my videos for a while. YouTube has also been asking me about super chats and all things like that, but I don't understand what I'm doing with that. So anytime you involve money into the mix, then you better know what you're doing. So that's not what I want at the moment. Money is always welcome, but yes, not the complications that sometimes go along with it. Oh, good grief, I'm trying to think. Game of Thrones! Obvious. Anyway, that's the thing. It's a mobile game apparently, and I just keep thinking, keep your terrible mobile game away from me. I play KSP. Don't plague me with this. Right. Separate. Didn't quite make it to the 70 kilometers this time. Just about, but I suppose it's the extra weight of the parachute, or just not the optimal piloting skills. So this is Jeb's first time in orbit, and obviously I want him to see the ground underneath. Maybe I can plan this, but anyway, we still have to raise our apoaps. Whoops, there's a problem. This must not fire now. Go. So yes, when the line is red here in the Trajectories mod, it means it's not in space yet. So I don't even have to look there. If it's white like that, then it's orbital, or in space anyway. Right, 38. So I think I don't even need to plot this. Just wait until we're in space and then stay close to the apoaps. Just to keep it kind of efficient. So 25 seconds, 24, that's good. 22. The closer the better. I think it's time to slow down a bit. Just get a bit closer. Maybe that's too close, but we're almost in orbit anyway. Right. Yikes, we didn't make it to orbit. And we're out of fuel. What happened here? Something odd happened. I'm sorry, the Magoo. This was not intentional. Yikes. So I think we need to redesign this craft. It could be that... No, but the Restock mod doesn't change the mass of anything. That's several hundred meters of delta V that we are missing now, because we still had 200 and something after we reached orbit, and we're not even in orbit yet. Could it be that I was flying that bad? That's suspicious. What's this? Stage recovered. Well, at least we can use it again. Oh well. Let's separate. There's no point in staying attached now. Did it count, Jeb? No, it didn't count because, well, we're going back home. Sorry, Jeb. Right guys, I'll see you back on the ground. Splashdown. Well, poor Jeb. He's just used to suborbital flights by now. Well, let's recover, comrades. No idea what happened there. It might be that something was changed by the Restock mod in terms of mass. It shouldn't. Unless it's the boat tail on the bottom of the engine. Mach 3. That's another achievement for Jeb. Now let's just investigate what went wrong here. $9.2 million. Well, even if it was $9.2 million, this would be cheap for an orbital class rocket. But anyway, so that's why I said the Kerbal bucks don't exactly translate into real world money. But anyway. So what happened here, comrades? What happened here? Why is that so low? And if I go to vacuum, we just need more fuel this time. Now I'm kind of reluctant to do this just because I want to finish off the Gladius program with the same rocket that we used before, but this is now not going to be possible. Well, we can make a small improvisation there. I just want to see if it changes. No, the boat tail doesn't actually add mass there, so maybe it was just suboptimal piloting, but is that possible, that it makes such a big difference? Suspicions are being raised. Right, let us use a decoupler on the bottom. This is going to be a very, very strange rocket, but it's alright. I'm just going to slap a hammer on the bottom. Yes, it's a temporary improvised solution, but I do like the new details on this hammer booster. That looks nice. So we're kind of taking a leaf or a page out of the book of, what's that Ukrainian rocket called? Good grief, it's not Zenit, it's now I have to think. But anyway, it used to obviously also be an ICBM, and it launches out of a silo, and it uses a little stage at the beginning just to kick it out of the silo, and then the liquid fuel engine takes over. But what's it called? I'm gonna go look this up. Excuse me for a moment, comrades. Of course, it's the Dnepr rocket, D-N-E-P-R, Dnepr. It's obviously not being pronounced correctly, Dnepr, but anyway. So yes, just want to get the proper name. The Zenit, I think, is also a Ukrainian rocket, but that's more advanced than a Dnepr. Anyway, so we'll go and try this. So this is Gladius 5, which is a strange Gladius, but anyway, hopefully it will work. The fins are still on the bottom, so it should keep it stable. 1.5, all we need is a little bit of a kick, and then the liquid fuel can take over. Just want to make sure this fires at the right time now. Hopefully. Anyway, time for the next comrade. Alright, comrades, in this case I have to add a little caveat here. Obviously, again, this was I think a Cyrillic name, so I had to translate it with Google, and so if it was incorrect, I beg your forgiveness. However, I have to make a slight change here, because the full name is actually Satanist Necromantovich, so I think we're going to drop the Satanist part just because it's a little dark for Kerbal, if you understand, so please forgive me for that. So we'll just use Necromantovich, so there we go. Anyway, let's hope this works. Good luck, comrade. Is it still Jeb? Launch and more water. There we go. That's the ticket. Right, Nekromantovich. Interesting name though, so I'm happy. We just have to drop the slightly dubious first name there. Anyway, let's launch. Good luck, comrade. I shall see you in space if we make it. Okay, comrades, we're on a course for space, so that first stage worked really well. I might have done it slightly differently. I should have put a parachute on it, but anyway, it just crashed in the desert. Now, this is not a totally optimal launch here, so we're going to have to take a lot of the fuel of this remaining stage just to add some horizontal speed. That's fine. Hopefully we have enough for the orbital insertion. Better if I can plan the whole thing out. I see we're having a red readout here, but I'm not sure if it's accurate. 73 and 71 is perfectly fine. Yes, I don't know about that. Can that upper stage burn fuel so fast? We should have burnt already. You see now it's all green again. Green yellow, so much better. Right, there we go. It takes a moment to catch up with the calculations for some reason. But it was the same when we used the stock graphics too. And there we are, on the way. Now we definitely will make it. So, strange that we need an extra stage. If someone can explain that, I would be most gracious. Yes, it might just have been poor piloting. Didn't do the gravity turn quickly enough, or something of that nature. Right. At least Jeb is going to orbit today. That's one good thing. And I think we need to wait just to get closer to the apoapse again. So ignore this data now. Back to prograde, and let's just complete the orbital insertion here. Right, can we do it better? 73 by 74. I think that's excellent. So, thank you for that, Comrade Nekromantovich. This is an excellent launch now, and a very interesting one with a solid first stage there. So, now Jeb is in orbit, so he'll just have to go around. And then we'll send the next astronaut. Actually, I think we'll make more changes to this craft. So let's go back. There's a few ideas now. And back to the VAB. One of the things also is our other scientist and engineer Bill and Bob have never gone to space. I should have put them on the space plane when I was doing the contracts in the previous episode, 2 episodes ago. But anyway, they should also get a chance. Now in that case I'll have to change this because I can't have them do any kind of SAS. So we'll use the Octo. That's of course the other solution that I didn't even think of. In terms of replacing this. So I think in this case I don't want it sticking out, but if I do this then it looks really weird, so it's going to have to be a compromise like that. It sticks out a tiny little bit and it has these little kind of wavy patterns, but that's alright. It's still a a good outcome. Now, back to the staging corrections. Just have to put this in its own, in its own stage. Back up to the top, make sure it's right. Then we fire this first stage, and then this, then that, then that. Oh yes, and of course, it hardly makes a difference, but let's put a parachute on the first stage, or stage 0.1. Right, there we go. Also recovered the Magoo debris here. That was the first stage. But now what happened to the first stage of the rocket we just used? Oh, because it was obviously near orbit, so it'll take a while to come back down. That's alright. Now this one will be called, let me go back to my list. Right, so this will be, should I try pronouncing that? Let me try. Svorniak? Well, you can guide me there, comrade, but this is your craft. Now, this would be 6 as well. Just want to check. Don't save this. Yes, so obviously 5 is now in orbit. I didn't save that one, but then 6, I need to save this one. Save. Alright. Why is there a parachute there? Okay, back to how it should be. Now we are going to use someone who has never gone to space at all, and that is going to be... let's give Bill the chance, because he's an engineer. He has to check things out. Also, I thought it might be the ablator that added the extra weight, but it's still 50%, so the new heat shield didn't change anything there. Anyway, save again, overwrite, and now I think we're going to actually attach it to one of these clamps, because we have to time warp on the pad, and I don't want it using up the power. Let's find a creative way of making it attach here. Didn't the old style rockets like the Redstone have clamps that sat on the bottom like this? I think so. There. Then it just releases. I think that'll work. We can try and attach it more to the top when we use advanced rockets later. Right. Save again, overwrite again, and see you on the launch pad, comrades. Right, here we are. So at least we are attached still. And now it's just a case of time warping until Jeb passes relatively close overhead. Set as target. Now again, this makes it slightly more difficult because it is inclined. Unless we wait until we get to the other side of the orbit. But I don't think that'll be necessary. We'll just try it from here. Now, we don't get a readout here yet, so that's slightly to the northeast. Right. Let's go, comrades. Good luck, Bill and Comrade Svorniak. And now we're getting this. Oh, it's because of the... he's an engineer, so now we're getting Kerbal Engineer. Can just hide the impact marker. Well, that's an interesting touch there. Well, we can just see all of the readouts. Alright, so slightly more to the north. And then turn the SAS off. Dump that and ignite the next stage. It deployed immediately, obviously, because it's so low in the atmosphere. Right, see you in space, comrades. Right, comrades, don't ask me why or how, but I was launching towards the south. Well, I can't make more of a correction right now. We'll use too much fuel, as long as they get within 5 kilometers, so we can still make them kind of meet up wherever the orbits will cross. So, yes. Oops. Not what you want to hear when you've just launched in a rocket, but anyway. Right, I think we'll just get a bit closer to the apoapse. Yes, totally wrong. Aish. But this is good practice for rescuing Comrade Samoni. And ditch. Fire straight away and let's see what we can do. So we ideally will cross obviously at the nodes here. Obviously we have to cross at the nodes, but close enough to count. Eish, I don't know if we'll have enough delta V for corrections. If not, it's also fine. It can be a failed attempt at a rendezvous. Maybe it's even better for roleplay purposes that way. And Bill will also get some experience. So there's no loss here at all. Right, just a little up. And 20, 40, up. 76 by 72 with another 129 left. No, there's no fuel for corrections, I'm afraid. Well, we can just leave them in orbit. They're both in orbit for the first time, so I think it's perfectly fine for general experience. The chance that they'll cross here is very little right now. We'd have to time it just right, but anyway. Now I know you launch to the north when you want to go to the north. Who would have thunk, hey? Anyway, while they're in orbit here, obviously we have to remember to keep this on a short duration. I can start working on the new bioscience flyby. Space Center, please. Luckily those launches are very cheap as well, and we get the parts back, which we should have done. So, stage recovered. This is the Nekromantovich first stage, 1.9 million. Delete, and then the solid fueled stage for Svorniak, 624,000. So, that's good. We'll get the main first stage back once it comes back down. Now, whoops, no upgrades yet. Just want to check. No, okay, there's no new contracts, but it's always good to just double check that. So again, in this case, we can reuse whatever we've done before. So this was saved now. Right, so that was called Pioneer Prodigy 3. So load that one. Now this still looks the same. The Restock mod doesn't change everything. Do we have better parts here? No, that's still the largest next diameter tank that we have. So I guess we'll use this again. Now, it's all good here. Everything should work. I'm not going to change it except for one thing. Now I have to remember to add the goo canister because we ran out of electric charge for that. Right here should be fine. Now again, also I just want to see that there's no clipping, but we don't see it here. And it did work, you see, there's nothing there. Oh well. Right, so this will be Prodigy 4 now. And the next comrade, so we're actually getting 3 comrades or 4 comrades in this video, which is great. And the next comrade is Liros the Round. So welcome, Liros the Round. It sounds like a very epic name, someone you might have heard about in tales and legends. So Liros the Round here is the after whom we are named in this mission. Is the patron of this mission, we could almost think. So save this again, and I think that's it. The power was fine, but now of course this time we're going on a much longer mission. Should we use our first solar panels? This can be a test for solar panels. We'll just use 2. So Comrade Liros the Round, you'll be the first to have solar panels on your craft. I wonder who will get a space station named after them. That'll be exciting, but it's totally like a lottery. Not even I can predict that. Save again and overwrite again, and no crew, please. Please, Valentina, don't mangle yourself into the machinery, and launch from the desert. Right, back on the launch pad, comrades. So 6 to 36 hours. By that time we have to bring our other comrades back, and I should still play around with the snacks thing. Okay, there's Simoni's heap now, but it doesn't apply to this. It doesn't have a duration. Does that mean Simoni is now going without? See, this worries me slightly. Obviously the duration is 16 days. This should be changed completely. Now, I have to figure out how much they eat per day, per Kerbal day. No, per Earth day. Yes, well, Now that worries me, so maybe we'll have to go rescue Comrade Simoni as soon as possible. Unless we're gonna suffer penalties then. Anyway, it shouldn't apply too much for now, hopefully. Okay, let's prepare, and good luck, comrade. Alright, this launch went very well. Again, we had the issue of drifting away from the prograde, but that's just fine. There's no SAS, of course. But it's so surprising, actually. With all 3 engines activated on this lower stage, we burn so much fuel, but as soon as I turn these 2 off, then this one lasts a really long time, and so it brings us up to 108 kilometers at near orbital speed, so it's a really good thing. I noticed the same thing last time, so at least Restock didn't change anything in the behavior of this craft. It must be just I didn't pilot it quite right. I was talking and not paying attention. Right, also you can tell it's springtime here in South Africa because my computer's fan is going a little bit louder now, so I'll probably have to start cancelling out the noise again in Audacity. That was not necessary for the last episodes in this series. Right, ignite that. Just use... we really should have... I should have put on SAS here. New probe core. Alright, oh well. Still going well though. Just have to get into the hang of using a craft that doesn't have SAS again. And passing 0. Alright, that's it. We want to save as much fuel as possible. Okay, now, Comrade Liros, we just need to turn around to the sun now, to Kerbal. So, oops, this was maybe not the best idea. Anyway, now, where is Minmus at the moment? So Minmus has passed that point. It's actually on it right now, so we'll have to aim for the next one. I don't want to do inclination changes. Not at this point. So I'll just launch from this node again until we meet it there. And that means we'll have to go long past it to wait for it to catch up. But I really don't mind about that. Also, this should be both a high and a low flyby, because we need the material study high over the Minmus, but we need the goo canister low over Minmus. So this will be an interesting one. So that's 46 days. Yes, but that's on the return journey. 26 days. So I'll have to definitely go and bring the other two from orbit before then. Let's just get the thing started now. Actually, before we do that, let's be a bit more optimal. Oh no, what is going on? No, I overdid it. Something went wrong now. Eish, now I have to do it again. What happened here? No, back to the drawing board, I'm afraid. Something just didn't work out. Now theoretically, of course, it should be quite easy for us to reach Minmus, because we are launching from an inclined orbit already. I think it has the same inclination as Minmus, our desert launch site, but then of course I have to wait for the right time, which I didn't do. What is going on here? What am I doing wrong? We're going on the wrong side now. I'm losing the plot. And right, I think then I should rather make corrections when we're there. We'll come back down anyway. Yes, we'll do that, just to get us going. And see you in 8 minutes, comrades. Right, we're approaching the what would this be? The launch time? Firing time? Anyway, orbital insertion time, that's right. So, go! And of course now it's the old story of trying to keep us on our target as much as possible. Of course here even a small deviation like this means a big difference. Slightly still imbalanced. SAS should be able to counteract that. Right. .2 meters per second. Let's just see if the results were desirable. No, they were not. You see slight deviations. It's so delicate. See, even a fraction of a burn. Gonna have to drop the thrust limiter. No choice here. Okay, that's it. Then we come back down. We just have to make a change at perhaps or entering into the sphere of influence of Minmus. So I will go, so we have 6 to 36 hours, so I'll go 36 hours into this mission and then we'll bring the other 2 comrades back. So let's go. Is the power doing well? Yes, it's actually charging. There we go. First time for everything, right? I think maybe it'll even be in this mission just because the Kerbal hours are or days are of course much shorter than the real ones. Now 36 divided by 6 equals 6. I think it's 6. 6 Kerbal days. Good grief. Of course 6 times 5 is 30, so 6 times 6 is 36. So yes, 6 days. Right, time to come back. Now I'll just go back to the tracking station and then from there bring them down. I'll speed that part up, I think. We can also turn the debris off. I don't need to see that now. So Comrade Nekromantovich has been in space the longest, so actually at the limit. So it's time to come back. I hope we're not being penalized for Simone's lack of snacks. That will be a big problem. Well, I think we lose prestige, so I'll have to keep an eye on that. It's just under the notch, under 25 right now. Anyway, we'll try to bring Comrade Nekromantovich down near the main space center just so we can recover most of the value. Or actually no, we'll go back to the desert, it's fine. Don't want to leave poor Jeb in space too long. He's already reached the limit of this craft. Right, return, comrade. Whoops, well, close enough, right? See you on the ground, comrades. Well, comrades, Jeb is very lucky to land in this fertile green valley surrounded by impressive mountain peaks, including a triangular mountain here, or a pyramid-shaped mountain. But yes, it'll take the rescuers some time to find him, but I like this. This is a very interesting place. Fascinating, as certain Vulcan would say. Anyway, don't go down the hill, please. That's the danger of using the round capsules, of course. Can you do a crew report from here? Actually, Exine should be able to tell me. Yes? It's disappeared. Oh, we've done that already. You feel like the king of the world standing on this mountain. Or at least the king of the mountain. Right, he can EVA. Can you take a surface sample? Not yet. No need for an EVA report. Right, comrades, I'll do the same for our other craft. Just recover the vessel. And Jeb will have his experience now. Not much money, but it's something. And Jeb has a star. Fantastic. Plus a ribbon he landed in a mountain. That's interesting. And the first Kerbal orbit ribbon. Not technically correct, but anyway. Right, who's next? Comrade Svorniak, so that will be Bill. I shall see you on the ground again, comrades. Hey comrades, welcome back. We can actually see the upper stage there, floating on its parachute. You can't see that, but the fact that it's going so slowly down definitely means it's on a parachute. I think in this case I need to wait for that to hit the water. It's time warp, physical time warp. Otherwise it'll disappear. And okay, it looks like it's landed. Maybe. Anyway, let's go back, comrades. Just have to check the debris now. Might be because it was so close to us that it wasn't automatically recovered. Right, Bill is also leveled up, so it's a very good thing we're leveling up our Kerbals. Splashdown, landing, G-Force, Mach 3, and awarded for going around Kerbal. Fantastic. Now let me just check this. Yes. Oh dear, the other one is still in flight. Is it coming back? No, it's too high up. This will keep circling forever. Oh dear. Well, this one is splashed down, and that one is landed. Odd. Recover that, and recover this one. A few cents, but you know, every little bit helps. Now let's go back to our Prodigy 4. Just thinking, is it gone? No, it's right there. Right. Okay, now it's time to make just a check to see if I can do an easy correction here. And just one that takes us relatively close. Actually, now I need to see Minmus. Oh, it's still over here. No. Oh, now we're past it. I'll wait till we're closer, comrades. Ish. And we're control locked now. Why? Oh, it should be in range. Limited probe control, but it is in range. How odd. But anyway, see you closer to Minmus. Oh, I think it's because you can't delete it during a time warp. Right, the power is still full, so that's fantastic, of course, thanks to the solar panels. Now if I do it here, we'll just keep an eye on this. Still very cheap. What happened there? Okay, that'll do. Don't want another impactor. I'll see if I can make the correction burn now. save a bit of fuel the earlier that you do it. Ish, concentration time again. Just follow the circle in the middle. Stop. Let me just check what's happening here. 30 is close, right? I think so. I'm going to F5 here just in case. Are we still pointing to the sun? Yes, we are. And time to warp again, but not too fast. It should drop us out right there. Okay, now we just go a little further. And up here we do a material study. Right, the lag, need to read properly. It's like Jacob Zuma said when he did one of his speeches, our former president here in South Africa, and he kept messing up the numbers. Then he said, listen properly, as if you're listening wrong. But anyway, the samples react to the lack of an atmosphere, so I guess it's further confirmation that there is no atmosphere around Minmus. Keep that. Listen properly. I'm gonna keep saying that now every time I mess up. Hey, it's fantastic. It's good to live in a country that's interesting, right? Isn't that the old thing? May you live in interesting times. Can also be a curse. Anyway. And also the stationary orbit that we'll have to do is above a specific point. So I was right about that. Now we are going to miss our connection here. Are we low yet? No. Might be on the other side. Zip. Lost connection. And get it back. Right, we're here and we are still high. Oh, really? Is 30 kilometers high? Eish, well, we'll do another mission. Anyway, the main focus of this was really the bioscience study. What's wrong with the material? Listen properly. Anyway, don't overuse the joke, right? Now, next thing, it seems like we're actually going to escape Kerbal, but I don't want that, of course, so we have to make a correction here. Hopefully we have enough for that. 1.2 million, so if I slow down it makes no real difference to that. Oh well, I have to look at the other one there. Come on. For some reason I can't lock onto that one. Clear this. Try again. And speeding up is definitely the right way. Now I can see it. I think it was just overlapping. Drop the apoapse around Kerbal. We should have enough fuel. Yes, we do. Otherwise this would be red again. Although we've seen it's not always an accurate measure. 18 should be just fine. Right, F5 again. Might as well do the material study, even though we'll get very little for it. Where is it? Ah, it's inside the parachute. Whoops. Come on, stop this. There. It won't let me do it here. Oh, because I'm looking at the wrong thing. Listen properly. It's the mystery goo. I keep trying to click the material study. We've done that. Eesh. Well, anyway. Right. going to start burning now. No particular need to do it at that exact moment. Be gone, you've confounded me, X-Science. Still doing the thrust limiting, so that's why it's a bit slow. But that's alright. Better this way. And... no, bit more. Don't want to fly out again. 37. Okay, we're going back up. We can still do one minor correction burn just before we enter the atmosphere. Right, now I will see you closer to Kerbal, comrades. This will be a bit of a long flight again. Well, it's not long if you time warp, right? So let's just slightly play around with this. Okay, just to make sure which way I need to burn. And 23, perfect. So now we can check where we will land thanks to trajectories. We will land right here in the bay north of our spaceport if our aerodynamics are unchanged, but they will be changed because we'll detach from the service module, so that will probably change a little bit, but anyway, we'll see how accurate it is. Now, the challenge for me is always not to time warp too fast close to a planet. And it's not worth F5ing again, so I'll just detach. See you if we make it, comrades. Well, I think we're pushing the limit of our ablator technology right now, but this is a good practice for when we return Kerbals from Minmus or the moon, so it's a good thing anyway. We survived, of course, as you can see, and there is, of course, our projected target, but I think we'll fall short just because, again, yes, it's changed slightly, so it can because we detached. The projections are based on the shape of your craft at that moment. And we just coast down. Now, is there anything now else I need to do? Don't think so. No, we just wait until we get lower and then I'll see you on the ground. Okay, while we're slowing down for landing, trajectory iterations, blah blah blah, I just want to say now this is a good mission because we're achieving two of our objectives. One is, of course, to send living specimens on an orbit flying past Minmus so we can see the survivability of a future Kerbal mission, and also the re-entry speed and all of that. So I think it was a good thing. Again, not a contract, but this is why we're really doing the contract, so we can afford to do these interesting role-play missions. So now let's just land, and I see we have messages. And out of time warp. Fantastic. This craft is terrible for a mountain, so beware. Anyway, also we saw a milestone there. So Sforniak debris was recovered, so I guess it did come down eventually. And Liros the Round's debris, this was the first stage, yes. And there we go, we've returned home from a flyby of Minmus. Now we don't get a world first contract because we haven't finished the orbit of the moon contract yet, but that's okay, we still get the payout, or most of it anyway. Whoever is inside here is not happy, they're rolling around. Let's just take them home, they deserve to be rescued now. The loaf of bread and the plant and the octopus thing. Alright, 94 science earned. Some money back. It helps. Now what's the next objective? Possibly this. Just more tanks. I don't think we really need the small tanks and the small engines yet. No, we can use the engines we have right now, so I'm going to use fuel systems. We also get the fuel pipe there. So $66 million, we pay that. And contracts, nothing yet. Just go back to our master plan. Welcome back, comrades. Just tick off the second bioscience flyby. Nothing else. We didn't complete the joint. Well, we did a joint launch, but not a rendezvous yet. I'll give this half a tick. Well, alright. That's it for now, comrades. See you next time. Have a fantastic day, and I hope you will have a wonderful weekend.